cut basically means shape. The most popular shape by far, and over 80% of the world's diamonds that are cut in a round. It's the most popular because it gives better light return than some of the other stones. People don't always want the same shape of stone or the same cut of stone as everyone else, so a lot of other stones have become popular in their time because of the extra scintillation, the extra fire that they tend to give off. It works very well as a pair of earrings and a pendant. Yeah, Marquise. Basically, Marquise is a brilliant cut, very much a boat shape. If perhaps you looked at an ancient spear, it would be that point at the top and then it will come in again.
Almost like a pear, but where both ends are spiky.
Yeah. If you have a 3-stone, because you've got that long shape down the finger, you can soften it up at the edges maybe with 2 pear shapes. Actually, they work very well together. Princess cut, in my mind, the second most popular cut. As square as you can would be ideal. It's basically a brilliant cut, so it has the same facet structure as a round. You can have those corners taken off and it can be called a radiant. The reason why some people would like that to be done is because on a princess cut, you have quite sharp edges. What it bodes well for, again, if you're putting it into a 3-stone, it works very well because you can accent it with smaller square cuts. An emerald cut is not a brilliant cut. They're in a family of step cuts. Instead of coming down to a point, you come down, like on the bottom of a boat, maybe the keel, you slowly taper down to an edge. Because you have no cross-cutting, it means there is not as much brilliance and there's not as much light coming back at you. But some people prefer that because if it's much easier to see into the stone, quite often the emerald cuts tend to be quite clean stones. There are a lot of eternity rings, but they also are very popular as solitaires as well. Cushion shapes are something that have been around since diamond cutting. It was a way of covering up in the very early days because it was very difficult to get the type of round that we can get today using lasers. It can look beautiful if you're trying to get that Art Deco or that vintage feel. They're a little bit different, you know, and it's not a square that can be quite harsh like a princess cut, and they're not round. Pear cuts are not cut as deep as a round or a princess cut. For the weight, you get quite a good look. What I would say about Pear and Marquise, shape is very important. If you can get it nice proportions where it comes out and becomes a little bit bulbous and then comes in again, that's a much better shape, a little bit more money. Pear shapes make beautiful pendants. You know, that may be a personal view on my part, but the reason being is because of the actual shape. That teardrop shape works very well off the neck. They also make great little side stones as well, so you can make a much improved look to the centre stone by giving it some lovely little pear shapes that come down the finger and they can look very attractive. Again, it's very important to have the right proportions on oval. If you have long fingers, for instance, having an oval stone down the finger will fill up a lot more of that finger and sometimes can look a lot more attractive. Ovals make beautiful solitaires, make wonderful 3-stones, and in fact they make lovely earrings and pendants. So I would say ovals currently a great stone to do most things. They're not so crazy because a lot of the names give them away, but there's the heart cut. You could argue that they're very good at Valentine's. Obviously they have that meaning of love. Heart shapes don't particularly sit well with other stones next to them, in an eternity ring for instance. We always have a selection of Asscher cuts. They're basically emerald cuts that are square. We have tapered baguettes that tend to adorn other stones as accompanying them, and as such make the centre stone look better. You can get trillions, what are triangle shapes. As such, they don't make very good solitaires, but again, if you've got a rectangle, 3 stones, putting triangles on the side works quite well. They also make quite good earrings and pendants.